I want to go over Sasquatch evidence and some interesting images of Bigfoot sent to us or posted to RMSO Media recently. Google Earth Street View car camera Bigfoot captured in Washington State. I'll run this through a few light filters and enlarge the image to see if we can bring out additional details. A member that wants to remain anonymous states, "This is a still photo I believe to be a crouching hiding Bigfoot I stumbled across while browsing around Washington State on Google Earth. This was taken by the side of a remote road by the Google Earth Street View car camera. I think the photo shows the facial features, including the eyes, nose, and even frown lines on the forehead. Depending on people's views and opinions, I'll be happy to disclose the exact location of this photo in Washington State for anyone to view for themselves on Google Earth." We asked him to provide those details, and he still has not. If he does, we'll put that down in the description or the comments of this video. Our anonymous member did respond and provided a YouTube video of the street view showing how he found what he believes to be a Bigfoot. It appears to be on a bend in the road near Panther Creek Falls, Washington. His channel is called Paul Sennett, and the name of the video is "Have I Found Bigfoot on Google Earth?" Thanks, Paul. The next one, Google Earth Street View car camera Sasquatch captured somewhere in the European continent. This next Google Earth Street View image was featured on Mystery Man YouTube, and the location was not specified. However, when they zoomed in on the video down to the street image, it appeared to be somewhere on the European continent. Interesting random capture. This trail camera image was sent to us from Jan W. from an undisclosed location. Interesting subject, captured on her game camera. Teelawuket Sasquatch at Vallecito Reservoir near Durango, Colorado. Benjamin writes RMSO. "Last month I saw these footprints while on a walk around Vallecito Reservoir here in Durango, Colorado. With no fish biting and lots of time to kill, I chose to go and scout the north area of the lake, where the kokanee salmon run every year. My focus was tightly bound on exploring these creeks. After finding my parking spot and making my way through a field leading to the banks of the lake, I began to make out lots of activity in the muddy areas scattered next to the flat gravel path where I was treading. Soon the gravel joined with the mud where the creek connects to the lake. This is where I found these footprints. I could clearly see these prints for a stretch of 20 to 25 yards. I saw lots of boot prints and dog prints as well, but these looked like bare feet and the strides were far apart. Let me know what you think, guys, and thank you for your time. Ben." RMSO states, "Just reviewed the photos. This reminds me of when some friends found some Bigfoot tracks at Causey Reservoir in Utah when I was in high school during the salmon spawning run. Apparently the Bigfoot may be coming into that area for the salmon also. We camped near the Vallecito Reservoir area at the end of October this year because of all of the Bigfoot sightings in the entire area. While we were there, we investigated 2 sightings on Missionary Ridge and a couple near the Three Sister Peaks, and ended up having an experience attributed to Bigfoot activity on the nearby mountain, Devil Mountain. It appears there are 2 sets of tracks in some of these images, very deep, and it's obvious many of the tracks are made by monstrous Bigfoot-shaped feet that are very wide, and many of the tracks you can see that the toes dug into the ground, leaving a great impression of the toes also. I like how you laid your fishing rod down next to the track, showing the length of the stride. The average fishing rod is around 7 feet in length, so this gives us a good idea how the creature took a very large stride at that particular point. Perhaps it was in a hurry and may have been running. This last photo, the cork handle section of the fishing rod is about 18 inches long, and in comparison to the foot, it appears that the foot is close to 14 inches in length. Great documentation of what you found. They look like Bigfoot tracks to me, and I think there's more than one trackway. Looking at your photos, there may have been 2 Sasquatch that came across this area, more than likely at night. Probably came down to get an easy salmon meal. It's easy to catch these fish when they're in the shallow waters spawning. Amazing discovery in Colorado. Julie writes RMSO. One right bare footprint on my parents' property in Colorado. You can see my dad's footprints in shadow. I think it's a juvenile one. Would love to hear your thoughts, Kelly. Thanks. No other tracks, boot size 10. No other disturbance in the snow. RMSO responds. I have a size 10 and my boots are 12.5 inches long by about 4.5 inches wide. So that track looks like it may be 13 to 14 inches long and around 5 inches wide at the hill. What does your dad think about finding that on his property? What part of Colorado are they located? Julie continues. He wondered why just one and a bare footprint in the snow. He lives on 40 acres in the southwest plains of Colorado. After my daughter's Sasquatch experience on Mount Baker in Washington State, I started researching wherever I could, shared her story with Leslie on Cryptids Canada, episode 52. Found your channel also suggested by YouTube. I appreciate your research approach. I think once you start researching and try to connect, they show up. Roland writes on RMSO Media. I came across this in a framed photograph and I was wanting a few opinions. Does anybody happen to see it's a Bigfoot? Definitely not a page out of a history book. This photo was taken in the Bryce Canyon in southern Utah sometime in the early 70s. I'm confident that it would be a safe place to exist without any human intervention. Bryce Canyon National Park sustains a healthy population of mountain lion, black bear, year-round, and I'm guessing it has something to do with the massive amounts of pronghorn and mule deer throughout the park, not to mention the abundance of streams, rivers, and abundant fish, amphibians, salamanders, you name it. I don't think anybody's skipping a meal. Thank you for showing off this photo, Roland. If you have a video, photo, or encounter with Sasquatch or any other cryptid or unexplained creature, please email us at rmsobigfoot@gmail.com. Keep on watching. We're going to keep on squatching. Whoa! Whoa! That threw me up into my seatbelt.